Good afternoon. I'm Sheriff John Motz, Winnebago County Sheriff. With me is Chief Tim Seaver from Fox Crossings PD. This is a follow-up informational release in regards to yesterday's officer-involved shooting. On January 21st, 2020, the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office multi-jurisdictional SWAT team was requested by the Lake Winnebago Area Metropolitan Enforcement Group to arrest a known violent subject regarding multiple criminal offenses. The facts known to officers prior to the incident includes the below recent information. In July of 2019, the subject was involved in an incident in Grand Chute where he was suspected of dealing methamphetamine. During law enforcement contact, the subject fled from an officer, nearly striking a squad in the process. Because of this incident, a felony arrest warrant was issued in Outagamie County with a $100,000 cash bond. Also in July 2019, the Department of Corrections issued a felony warrant on the subject for a parole violation. In early 2020, the subject was involved in an incident in the city of Neenah where he collided with a natural gas meter and struck a squad while fleeing officers. The collision rendered the squad car inoperable and was so forceful that 8 airbags in the squad were deployed. The subject's vehicle was recovered the next day in the town of Vinland and had a stolen gun inside of it, which tied into many armed burglaries in Brown County. Once the subject was identified, law enforcement began to actively search for his whereabouts. Information was developed that the subject was inside a home in the 800 block of Grove Street in the village of Fox Crossing. A search warrant was obtained and the SWAT team was summoned to serve the warrant. Due to the level of dangerousness presented by the subject, members of the community in close proximity to the residents were notified in advance and advised to shelter in place for their safety. Within minutes of the SWAT team's arrival, the armed subject put into motion a series of events that led to the officer-involved shooting and his death. Pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 175.47, the investigation into the officer-involved shooting has been turned over to the Department of Justice, Division of Criminal Investigation. The name of the subject is not being released at this time, pending notification of next of kin. Our thoughts remain with the officers that were involved in this incident, as well as with the family members of the subject. The time necessary to complete this investigation will be lengthy, as the use of deadly force involves several officers and will include the review of body-worn and squad camera video. Further media releases about the investigation will be issued by the Wisconsin Department of Justice as information becomes available. Thank you. Yeah, probably real.
How many officers were, I guess, part of the SWAT team that was involved in this?
I don't know the exact number, but we had about 12 members of the multi-jurisdictional team.
What's the status of all the officers? And usually in these cases, a lot of them are put on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. Are all 12, just a couple of them? How many actually fired?
Right, that's not all 12, and the total number, and we're still gathering a lot of information, but they will be placed on administrative leave as we determine the number involved and confirm all of that.
So, are all of them off now, pending
Yes.
the immediate investigation, and then the ones that I guess were not necessarily directly involved in the shooting will return to work, but the others will still remain on?
Right. We know that we have four officers involved. The others will not be, and those 4 are placed on administrative leave, and that is just normal protocol.
How long was that shelter in place enacted for the surrounding houses?
Immediately before the event, and once the scene was secured, they were notified to they could go back to normal activity.
And when was that?
I don't know exactly.
Any idea approximately how many shots were fired, and did the suspect fire any shots?
I don't know. We're still gathering all that information.
Was the suspect armed with a weapon?
Yes.
What was that weapon?
I can't release that information at this point. that'll be the Department of Justice that will do a follow-up when their investigation is more complete.
How are all the officers doing that were involved in this? Obviously, emotional for everyone.
Yeah, there's emotional trauma that goes with this. Physically, they're fine, but there's a lot of emotional trauma that occurs.
It's difficult when there's so many officers involved for an investigation like this. I mean, so you assembled this team, but for this purpose, but because there's so many, this investigation will take longer.
Yes, I mean, there's the statements are taken from everyone because of their involvement. Certainly, those that were actively involved, a much lengthier statement and more in depth.
Does the subject live at this home?
I don't know.